Hey mamas, and welcome back to The Balanced Mom. If you are new here, I am Andrea. I am half of the channel, The Balanced Mom. I run it with Alana. For today, I want to cover Explode the Code. It is something that was highly recommended to me as a phonics program. All right, let's dive in. I'm going to take you through one full lesson, and that pretty much is an overview of the whole program. And the reason I say that is because one lesson introduces you to an actual phonics rule, and then they use that rule for the whole section. And then they go to another rule and they use it, and then it's the same layout for the following rules. So first part, they have to draw a line between the beginning and the end of the word, just separating the word. Second part is usually picking the picture and which word corresponds with it. Third part is writing out the word and obviously putting the two parts together. Here's the next part where it's still very similar. They're writing out the word and then they're circling the picture that corresponds with it. There's typically questions in every single lesson where they answer the question with a yes or no. It pretty much just helps them practice reading. Another part is just filling in the blank with which word makes sense. There's a part where they have to choose which sentence corresponds to the picture. And lastly, they have the picture and they have to write out the word with no assistance. There are other little activities, but honestly, most of them that pretty much covers the whole lesson. And so they introduce a new phonics rule and then they do those things, sometimes in a different order. Typically, they kind of follow that order. So initially, I really liked it because it was independent work. It was something that they could practice on their own. But as soon as the kids got older and older, I kind of felt like it was a waste of time. And the reason I say that is even though it was independent work, it felt so repetitive. I mean, doing one whole notebook is super repetitive. Imagine doing it again a second year and then a third year. And it just becomes really tedious for them that they started to dread it. And so this was actually one of the first things that I got rid of when I read Teaching from Rest. It really gave me something to think about. It mentioned in the book, if there is something that you lost from your curriculum and you really wouldn't go online to find it again, what would it be? This was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, explode the code. If I would lose it, I honestly just wouldn't look it up to buy it again because it is independent work. I didn't really feel like it was helping them a lot. And so to me, it was more busy work, trying to give them something to do that's educational, but yet that they could do on their own so that I could work one-on-one with the rest of the kids. So if you need something for independent work, yes, I would recommend it. There are obviously a lot of other things out there, but it is something affordable, easy, quick for them to do. But I don't think I could actually enforce it for several years just because it's so repetitive and so tedious. Some kids really thrive on that. They like the repetition. They like knowing what to expect. While other kids, once you get through a few lessons, they're like, is this really going to be the whole thing? And I know that I thrive on change and I know my kids thrive on change. So this just wasn't a good fit for us in the long run. It starts in level 1 and goes all the way up to level 8. It does not correspond to the actual grade. Your child can do 4 levels in 1 year, 2 levels in a year. It just really emphasizes phonics. So you can use it at whatever speed you like, obviously according to your child's ability. All right, and that is all I have for you today. Hopefully that gave you a better idea if you want to use this curriculum or if you want to skip it. I will see you guys next week.